Now we can also use adjustment layers to target specific colours and tweak them to bring out more texture and detail in certain areas, like the grass for example. So we could try and increase its saturation, but we can also change the hue to make the grass a little bit more greener. And to do that, let's create a new adjustment layer, but this time we're going to go for hue saturation. And here you have a master slider, and that changes the saturation of everything. But if we go down to yellows, you'll find that that's actually the colour of the grass. So if we then tweak the hue, you can see we're changing the grass quite dramatically. So we're going to go for something that gives us a nice strong vibrant green, around about 24, and that's a lovely change for our grass. It looks a little bit more green and natural now. Let me just turn that on and off to show you the before, slightly sort of parched and yellow, and there's the greener, healthy looking grass. And finally, we're going to reveal a little bit more detail in these hazy mountains there by just darkening them slightly, and we can do that using one of the adjustment layers we've already created. Levels 2 is designed to darken the sky, but we can extend that over the hills using a brush just to darken these areas as well. So I'm going to Z for the zoom tool just to zoom in for a closer look at these slightly washed out hazy areas, and then what we'll do is get a white brush by selecting the brush tool, set the opacity to 7%, it's really subtle then the changes you make, target the mask, and now as you click and spray you can just gently darken or burn these areas here, and that's just a great way of making the hills stand out slightly. If I hold the spacebar down, I can also darken some of these other hazier areas just to bring out a little bit more contrast so that these textures and details stand out a little bit more. So that's quite a subtle change. I can bring that as far in as I need just to make these areas less washed out, and that's a great way of burning. If I wanted to dodge, I'd just swap that to black, and then that would lighten as I spray. So it's a very non-destructive way to dodge and burn until things are perfect. When you're finished, press Z, right click, and fit on screen. And there's our adjusted image, which is dramatically different to our original source.